Alright, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Real Talk video. I pray y'all are having a wonderful, blessed weekend as we thank the Most High for so much. My title now says, my take on Colin Kaepernick and the Star Spangled Banner. The fans burning the jerseys, all this mess that we see going on now. So I'm going to just make this a Real Talk video, so it may kind of go longer than expected. Let me state this off top because I don't see color. Racism has been around for I don't know how long now. There's a lot of people got a problem with the color of your skin. I'm not the person that have a problem with the color of a person's skin. People have a problem with my color. But in the eyes of the Most High, you don't see color. Now, when you look at this, all this big blowed up talk about Colin Kaepernick and the Star Spangled Banner. So I'm going to talk about Colin Kaepernick in this video, but black people, if you just happen to be watching, I really want you to focus on what I'm going to say about the Star Spangled Banner, because it ain't what we know that hurt us, it's what we don't know. So many of us will not study, will not read, and we play a part of everything that comes out because of ignorance. See, I don't have a problem with dealing with people that's ignorant, because ignorant just simply means not knowing. But when you know better and you choose to do the same thing, that's being stupid. So I got a problem with stupid people, not ignorant people. Ignorant just simply means not knowing. We all have been ignorant on something and going to probably be ignorant on more things in this life if we never study and learn. So when I say the term ignorant, it doesn't mean you stupid. It means you just probably never heard what I'm about to say in this video. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about and some of y'all might not know. So I'm not trying to down nobody in no kind of way. Now let's get that out of the way. Now, Colin Kaepernick, first of all, big shout out to you. I look at Colin, first of all, he's an awesome football player, great quarterback. I think he's a very intelligent man. I respect him and I agree with everything that he said, you know, in that interview. So what? Okay, he didn't stand for the Star Spangled Banner. Now, I knew my email and inbox were going to get blowed up about this, but once again, I'm going to come from a spiritual standpoint, not a stupid, angry black man they like to call standpoint, but as a child of the Most High who understands the system, which system, and the system that we go against, which is the one that we live in. So I'm going to talk about what the news media won't talk about, because this is a spiritual battle that most of us keep on trying to make it physical. We keep trying to make it a black and white thing. We keep trying to get equal with a world, a system that was never designed for you to be equal with. That's why you was separated, set apart. And now we keep trying to get justice from a satanic system. We keep trying to get equal. We want to keep hollering out Black Lives Matter. We got to keep marching. We got to keep crying about Black History Month. We got to keep talking about I need a black leader. We need to get another black president, black this, black that, black church. We need to call Jesse. We need to call Al Sharpton. We need to do this. Your focus is off, because you don't even understand which system that you go against and the system that you're supposed to operate. Now that I got that out of the way, first of all, this flag is not the cross. Second of all, the Constitution is not the Bible. Oh yeah, they want you to go to court and swear and tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth, holding the word of the Most High, but they don't want to follow the word of the Most High. Let's get that out of the way. I'm going somewhere with this. This is a satanic system that you shouldn't want no part of with all this mess. Now, I applaud Colin for what he is doing. But this is my question. If cops, let's just say white cops, would have never gunned down black people, would Colin still be standing for the Star Spangled Banner or not? And I mean this with the utmost respect. It's just a question, a thought in my mind that I wonder, because we so quick to do one thing, but when other things arrive, we don't do the same. We don't have the same effect with it. But I applaud him for what he's done. But my question is also why have you been standing up all the other times? When are we going to come into the knowledge of the truth? That's why JT don't march. I don't protest. I don't care nothing for Black History Month. If you know me and you've been looking at me, I've been saying this stuff for years, y'all. If you know the Bible, what the Bible says, you will quit playing a part of the majority of the stuff that you see. I don't never stand up for that mess. This system has put more on the Constitution than the Bible. That flag don't mean nothing to me. Let me say this too. If you just happen to be a veteran looking at this video, I love you, and with the utmost respect, I'm very thankful for what you have done. I am not disrespecting no kind of veteran. As a matter of fact, I can't stand what they have done to our veterans to fight for this country. That a country won't even fight for you, and then you got the nerve to do the veterans like you do the veterans. This is not to disrespect you in no kind of way, but I guarantee you some of y'all gonna feel what I'm saying. I have veteran partners that have said if they would have known what they know now, they would have never got off in the military. They would have never fought for this country. They would have never did a whole lot of things because they just now seeing how wicked America truly is. See, y'all better be glad it was Colin Kaepernick and not JT in front on camera like that, because they would really be mad at me. Because I would have came from a spiritual standpoint, just like I have been doing all the time. They better not never let me get a chance to speak out in the open like that. Colin Kaepernick has the right to feel what he feel, say what he want to say. But I've been saying this for years. Let me say this, because most of these athletes, football, basketball, most of y'all don't even have a clue on how you being used. Who owns what? How they use you to continue to get rich and richer. How messed up you are because you have got into something because of your talent, but yet it's still what's really going on behind closed doors. How they use. Ain't it amazing how we always be the most down talked about race, but everybody needs us. I see people of different races trying to look like us, dress like us, act like us. I ain't saying everybody, but we the most talked about all the time, race. So I'm saying all this to make these points. Now this is such a big deal now because, Colin Kaepernick, this is his first time ever sitting down. It's just like, this reminds me of when black folks started marching once again when a white cop kills a black man, but ain't nobody marching that's black when black kill black. See, something wrong with that picture. This is why I tell people all the time, know what you are doing, why you doing it, and where did it come from. Is it biblical or is it tradition? Is it biblical or did it come from some fool? Now, I wanted to get all of it out the way. Now, if you're still with me, hear me and hear me good on this Star Spangled Banner bull. Trying not to cuss. I didn't say curse. If most black people, let me hit y'all real quick. If most of us knew who wrote the Star Spangled Banner, you wouldn't even stand up for it at all no more. If you knew who wrote Amazing Grace, you wouldn't even want to sing it no more. I don't stand nor support no Star Spangled Banner. I stand for the Most High, what I'm doing now. Let me tell you something. America is being judged and has been being judged for a while now. That's why I did those videos a while back on here about is Christianity founded on the Holy Scriptures by JT. If you want to see it. Is America founded on Christian principles? What exactly is a Christian? Did our Savior start a religion? Or is it reality? When you look at what these forefathers have done alone, and then you want to say America's about the Most High's business, you ought to slap yourself for saying something like that. This is just wicked, and it's going to get more and more wicked. So Colin, jumping back on Colin Kaepernick, he made so many people mad now. Oh, they don't even want, some of them, they don't want to play with him no more. I wouldn't hire him as a quarterback. But before he done this, oh, he was all good. Now, he's a bad person. Because the man spoke his mind. Just like I do. Most people right now standing up for something, holding their hand over their heart for something they don't even know nothing about. Nothing about. This has been a setup from day one. He good enough to be on my team, but I'm not gonna listen to him. He's not good enough for him to speak his mind. See, let me tell you something. If you are a child of the Most High, I don't know what Kaepernick is. I don't know what his religion is. I don't know if he believes in the Most High or whatever it is. But I know for me in my house, I'm going to serve the Most High. And that means I'm going to be rejected by this system. I love being rejected by this world. I love to fit out and not fit in. He got fans now burning the jerseys. What this remind you of? Back up to LeBron James. Remember when they lost the first time back then, and LeBron decided to leave Cleveland to go to Miami? Oh, he was the most talked about bad person there was. They burned his jerseys. Some even threats. They talked so bad about him. But then when he decided to go back to Cleveland and won the championship, they was right back kissing his butt again. Now he's back to King James. What's your point, JT? When you continue to live your life for others, worried about what other people think, trying to please everybody else, you will never move forward in your life. I was trying not to go there in this video, but I gotta take it there. Now, this is the part, hear me and hear me good, my brothers and sisters. This whole Star Spangled Banner mess. Who was this rolled by? Let's do a little teaching here. When you Google this, I've been knowing this a while now. This white man by the name of Francis Scott Key. When you study and look at what he said about our race, he didn't care nothing about us. This is the man who wrote the national anthem. Then you got the nerve to say all men are created equal and the land of the free? Yeah, right. Francis Scott, this dude, he owned slaves. I'm going to say this again, because I know somebody going to think about this the next time they stand up at a graduation or anywhere else and they start, doing the Star Spangled Banner. You're going to think twice now because of what JT said. This man was a slave owner. In 1814, Key, Francis Scott Key, was a slave-holding lawyer back in the old Maryland plantation family. That's why when y'all hear me speak like this, best believe I have done my study and my research, and I know who it is, where it comes from. That's why I don't give a damn, once again, about Black History Month, NAACP, marching, protesting, black church, black leader, all this stuff you want to keep talking about, civil rights, holidays, movies like Roots, slave movies. All this stuff was a design, a setup. And some of us just too foolish to even just let our mind just go there and look at truth, study truth. When you understand who's behind this mess, BET, another thing, while I'm thinking about it. And you wonder why, you see what you see on TV. We still being put down as a race of people. This is a messed up system. So the question is, too, if you're going to stand for everything, let me say this right. If you're not going to stand for the Star Spangled Banner, what else will you not stand for? That's my question. What else will you not stand for once you find out that it's right? Now, I don't know if Colin Kaepernick just came into the knowledge of the Star Spangled Banner, or if he even know what I'm talking about in this video, or is he just doing this because he's tired of the racism and the cops beating down and shooting down us. I don't know. But I do know one thing. If you keep on trying to protest and get equal with this satanic system, you're going to continue to keep doing that the rest of your life. I said this out to Trayvon Martin. You wonder why you don't hear about that no more. Truth came out. I said the same thing about Mike Brown. I say the same thing about a lot of this stuff, because a lot of stuff that you see is not what you see. Who is really behind this system? Why are you standing for everything else but picking certain things to sit down on? I'm just asking the question. I'm not just talking about Colin Kaepernick. I'm talking to all of us. This man, Francis Scott, profited from slaves. He was a racist. Matter of fact, when you Google, let me quote the exact words that he said about Africans in America. This is what he said. He said Africans in America were a distinct and inferior race of people. Go Google it if you think I'm lying. So when you come to me talking about the Star Spangled Banner, the hell with it. Damn the Star Spangled Banner. Damn all. Let me say this in the right way. God damn all of that mess. Oh, JT cussing. No, didn't cuss. God damned. If we really know what damned mean, God damned all this mess. Because that's all it is to me, it's mess. You can't come up to me with no Star Spangled Banner. You can't come up to me with all this Black Lives Matter stuff. All of this Black Panthers, NAACP, civil rights, Black History Month. I can go on and on about all this stuff that we continue to do, which is insane. To continue to do the same thing and expect different results is the definition of being insane. And most of us won't come out of it because we're not being spiritual. We're looking at this physical. This dude hated black people. He the one wrote the song. Or some may call it a poem. You got to ask yourself, why was it wrote? Who wrote it? What time? Who was it wrote to? What really happened at the time? This song that would in 1931 become the national anthem and proclaim our nation as the land of the free. The land of the free, but this man owned slaves. You see, you get my point now? See, I told you, I'm not going to talk so much of Colin Kaepernick. I'm going to talk about this mess behind the Star Spangled Banner. Look at what it says, the land of the free. Why? Because those black slaves back then was trying to reach the British ships in Baltimore Harbor. They knew that, man, they chance for freedom and liberty under the Union Jack was slim. I think this was, I want to say Muhammad Ali was the one who said, the land of the thief, home of the slave. See, when you look at this Star Spangled Banner, there's nothing good in it for us. While you standing up with it, putting your hand over your heart, nah. There's nothing in it for us. Because why? It wasn't for us. What's for us, half of us don't even know about. We too busy fighting each other, murdering each other, robbing each other, marching. We only come together at funerals. We only come together at a pastor and wife appreciation. We only come together at family reunions. But when it comes to coming together behind the word, look like everybody going separate ways. I remember Brother Malcolm X did a speech in Ghana in 1964 of May. He was telling the African audience, you come there and take off your national dress and be mistaken for an American Negro. And you will find out you're not in the land of the free. This land of the free, my brothers and sisters, was ruled by a slaveholder. And then what else you have? The Declaration of Independence. Which one is better? Can you see now why we never fit in? Who is the God of this world? Notice I said this world, this system. The God of this system is Satan. The Bible shows you that. Yahshua said, my kingdom is not of this world. See, his system was totally different than this system right here you want to get equal with, my brothers and sisters. Not all of y'all trying to do this, though. Get equal with this. Some of us have woken up. Most of us just won't study. And when you don't study and learn truth, you're going to operate in whatever. That's why I can't stand the Star Spangled Banner. Look at the lyrics. Look at the third verse. Look at the song, period. It's one of the most jacked up, most racist, pro-slavery, anti-black songs you will ever hear in your life. Now put a pin right there. Look at what they teach you in the public schools. Look at what children have been brainwashed with. They way. They all program you into their way of thinking. That's why if you don't tell your children the truth at home, that's why in these church buildings, if you don't start telling the truth, people gonna stay lost. To understand the Star Spangled Banner story, you gotta understand the author. When you read something, don't just read it. You need to understand who wrote it, the author. That's why I love the Bible so much. The Most High is the author. They taking this stuff that Colin did and just stirring up more and more than what it really was. They talking about he was disrespecting the troops, the veterans. When I looked at the clip, I never seen once where he disrespected any veteran, any troop. Most people just mad once again because he stood up for what he believed. He's been a great quarterback all this time, but now, since he said that, he ain't no good quarterback at all. And being a quarterback don't have nothing to do with what he just said coming out of his mouth. But you still want him on your field, don't you? It's just amazing how we get talked down about, but you still need us. I still want you. But you don't have, in their eyes, freedom of speech. He's a nigga now. Hell with that nigga. I don't like that nigga. That's what they saying. He's foolish. Well, they've been calling us niggas and fools and blacks and all kinds of names for many years. But see, it ain't about what you call us. It's about what we answer to. This American flag, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the national anthem, this stuff ain't even biblical. Ain't even biblical. I'm going to say this again. The flag is not taking the place of what Yahshua done. The Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, the Constitution, any of that stuff is not important, more important than the Most High's word. See, we live in a system that want to use the Bible for certain things, but then they still go against it. Look at the veterans that have committed suicide, suffering, in bad shape, killing themselves from untreated PTSD, messed up in the mind. Look at what America have done to their own veterans once again, because America don't look out for America. See, Colin Kaepernick is not the only one that have ever sat down while the national anthem has been said. When you look go back, y'all remember Abdul Rauf. Remember the year of 1996, he played in the NBA. He refused to stand up for the national anthem, and they suspended him. He got talked about bad. See, Colin, once again, ain't been the first to do this. History always repeats itself. Now, I said that to say this. Look at how many black people have performed the Star Spangled Banner. I know somebody gonna have a different outlook after this video. You stood up and sung those lyrics to a person that couldn't even stand you, to a person that disrespected you, to a person that really just looked at you almost as low as a dog, under a dog, I like to say. See, you couldn't pay me enough to play or sing that BS. I don't care how much money somebody offer me, because what I stand for is way more important than money. I love integrity. What's real? What's the truth? What do you stand for? That man didn't give a damn about you while you sitting up singing his song. Marvin Gaye did it. But see, the problem is, once again, most of us don't even study. See, if you just happen to be white looking at this video, I love you. But I'm going to say this. I don't care what your race is, once again. It's very, just hear me on this. It's very hard to understand somebody if you haven't been where they been. If you haven't walked in their shoes. If you haven't struggled like they struggled. You're going to have a hard time trying to understand why they feel like they feel. And I'm not just talking about black people. Black people ain't the only people who have struggled. That's why another thing, I don't give a damn about Thanksgiving. I don't give a damn about Halloween. I don't give a damn about Christmas. I don't care nothing for Easter. All this man-made traditional BS that's really just paganism, you should hate it in so many ways if you find out the truth. Thanksgiving. Look at the BS they fed you in school. See what I'm saying? Oh, the Europeans. Man, the Europeans, look at what they done to the Indians. Slaughtered, beheaded them, kidnapped them, raped them, stole everything, and then turned around and said, "Thank you, God, for this land." And we got the nerve to sit up and talk about Thanksgiving Day, eating turkey and dressing and getting fat and full, while it's a national mourning day for all the ones who lost their loved ones. See, when I look at all this stuff, it ties in together as BS to me. So standing up for the national anthem pretty much is just stupid. It ain't no point to it. It don't get you nowhere. It don't get you no justice. Then you want to sing "God Bless America." Which God you talking about? The satanic God or the Most High? Because last time I checked, America always go against the Most High. So you couldn't be talking about the Most High blessing America. Because the Most High don't bless no mess. Once again, it's pointless to stand up with that mess. So I don't blame Colin Kaepernick, especially if Colin knew, if he knows, excuse me, what the Star Spangled Banner truly means and what it was about. You should never want to stand up another day in your life. See, some people want to stand up but too scared to take a stand. Scared of what's going to happen. Scared of what might happen on their job. That's why most pastors that I know don't want to tell the truth. Scared they're going to lose their membership. Scared salary might drop. Colin, he might not get to play in the NFL no more behind this. Once again, who are you living for? That's what I heard people saying now. He won't be able to hardly play with no team out there. He done made some stuff like this. Because see, the thing is, you either going to be sold out for the Most High or you're going to be a sellout for Satan. You're going to be a sellout for Satan. America was founded on radical protest. The flag, the lies, the Constitution, it's all messed up and been messed up. America is one of the biggest terrorists there is. But they want you to believe such and them doing this. Oh, they're overseas. Do you know how much danger they done put their own troops in? You know how many people done died behind what America have done to America? So when I speak truth like this, I'm not trying to be popular. I don't care nothing about popularity. I'm not on here to win no popularity contest. I'm not on here to fit in. I'm on here to fit out. I'm not here to stand on lies, but to stand on my Father's business. So as I wrap this video up, I feel everything that he was saying. But remember this, Colin Kaepernick and everybody else, as I close. Ephesians 6 and 12 teaches you, once again, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. Stop trying to make this a black and white thing. You know why? Because Satan uses whatever color he can use. Whatever color. Male or female. Sin has no color. Remember once again whose system you are living for. You're either living for Satan's system or you're living for the Most High system. It's your choice. And don't get mad at the results of what you keep seeing because of what you keep choosing. So let us learn from yesterday. Live for the day as we hope and pray for tomorrow. May the Most High bless you and keep you. This is my prayer.